Thanks HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. This is one of the most exquisite ingredients in the world. Now usually you will never be able to find this amount because to extract this is a lot of work, as everything starts off with this, a ridiculous amount of bone marrow. And today we're gonna deep fry confit a whole steak with it. Now the first thing we need to do is to extract all of the bone marrow. As you can see, they are completely frozen. So after getting a bowl and adding a bunch of salt into the salty brine until everything not only defrosts but also release a little bit of that blood. After about 8 hours, this is what it looks like. So I got a paper towel and dried them up as much as possible, and in the end I was left with a ridiculous amount of bone marrow. As we take a closer look, you can see that a little bit of that blood still remains. So the next thing to do is to move them to a baking tray. We want to extract all of that bone marrow out. So into the oven it went in the broiler setting so everything can melt down. At about 15 to 20 minutes I took them out, and look, you see a little bit of the blackness left in the bones? That's actually some blood and connective tissue that was left behind. So once that was done, I removed all of the bones, and using a strainer I took out all of the solids. As in the end I was left with this, 100% bone marrow, aka the butter of the gods. Now this is not enough to cook a whole steak, so I went ahead and repeated the process 3 times. And in the end I was left with a ridiculous amount of bone marrow. But hey, once that was done, the only thing left to do is to let it solidify in the refrigerator. And after about 1 hour, take a look. Yes, the butter of the gods, also known as one of the best things you can put on steaks. Talking about that, these are the ones we're going to be using for today's cook. There are 3 beautiful prime grade ribeyes. Now here's how this experiment is going to go down. First, I'm going to be saving this steak right here as we're going to be using with bone marrow. The other 2 on the other hand, I'm just going to season them right now. For that, I added a good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. For a good steak, that's all you need. We'll save this 2 in the refrigerator for right now, as we need to go ahead and bring the bone marrow back to life. For that, I put it on my heating plate so everything can melt down. I was looking for the butter of the gods to be at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the temperature was reached, I added my steak. I want to leave it in here and let it confit until it reaches an internal temperature of 135. Flipping it every 10 minutes is a good idea, as once the internal temperature was reached, I quickly removed it. Now this is a confit steak cooked in bone marrow. And as you know, even though it's fully cooked, we need to season it and put a crust on it. So first, I went ahead and added a good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Once that was done, it was now ready for the grill. But remember the other 2 steaks? The one on the left is going to be our control steak, but one in the middle I'm going to be using what I like to call the Guga's butter of the gods. But here's a quick recap on how to make it. The first thing to do is to cure some egg yolks. For that, you use 50% salt and 50% sugar. Add in your egg yolks, cover them all up with the salt and sugar, and let them cure for 5 days. Once the time is up, you wash them up with some water. You are left with the perfect cured egg yolks. To dry them even more, you can go ahead and add them to your oven. And in the end, you are left with this, the perfect cured egg yolk. Now my butter of the gods also uses bone marrow, but instead of letting it become completely liquid, I kept some of the solids. I mean, take a look. I know what you're thinking, it's not that appetizing, but you have to give this a try. Now to finish it up, into the food processor I threw in room temperature butter, followed by that bone marrow, a little bit of parsley, freeze-dried shallots, a little bit of garlic paste, followed by some anchovy paste, and 1 entire cured egg yolk. Now cover it up, blend everything on high, throw it down in some clinch plastic, roll everything up, let it solidify in your refrigerator, and after about 1 hour, this is what you're left with. My take on the butter of the gods. We're going to be using this on our second steak to see if it's better or worse than the deep fried one in bone marrow. Now as you know, we like to eat a full meal, and this is today's side dish. It's just the perfect thing to go along with some steaks. And to make it, it's super easy, and here's how. I first started by chopping up some potatoes. The key thing here is to keep them the same exact size. Now into a large bowl they go, followed by a good amount of olive oil right on top. Mix them all up to ensure that all of them are fully covered. Then I season them with salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Mix it once again, and that's it. Now add them to a baking tray. Make sure none of them are touching each other, and into the oven they go at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. And these are some very special homemade custom sausages I made. To be specific, they are Cubano sausages. I mean, take a closer look at this thing, because after about 20 minutes, take a look at my potatoes. Perfectly golden brown, exactly the way I wanted. So into a steak plate they went, followed by those beautiful Cubano sausages, a little bit of chives right on top, followed by cotija cheese. Then for some acidity, I added some pickled onions. And that is all there is to it. This is today's side dish. And I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be the perfect side to go along with those steaks. Talking about that, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook them. And since these steaks are really thin, the only thing I really have to do is to put a nice beautiful crust on them. So now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to grill them. So let's do it. Does that look good or what? And before we try it, I want to thank today's sponsor, HelloFresh. Let me tell you what I eat the days I do not feel my delicious steaks. Or let's face it, one of my crazy experiments where you don't know which direction it's gonna go. On those days, I need something quick, delicious, healthy, and easy to prepare. HelloFresh delivers a box of fresh quality products directly from the farm to my house in less than a week. So I can enjoy summer flavors and choose from more than 55 weekly options. So many choices and variety. Check it out, they have foolproof step-by-step recipes like this one I'm making right here. This cuts back on time spent in the kitchen, with meals ready in 30 minutes or less. So you can spend less time in the kitchen and go out and have some fun in the summer. HelloFresh also offers veggie, pescatarian, and fit wholesome meals to make it easy to stick to your goals. And because HelloFresh recipes include pre-portioned ingredients, that means less prep and less wasted food. And as you know, I do not like to waste any food. So my friends, go to HelloFresh.com and use code GUGAFOODS16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. How was it, okay?
That was delicious, Guga.
There you go, guys. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code GUGAFOODS16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. All right, everybody. Here we have our beautiful feast, gentlemen. Steak. And the side dish has meat.
My God, Guga, you continue to outdo yourself. This thing looks awesome.
Meat with more meat and a little bit of potato.
I wonder what happened there.
This one here is actually something you've been asking me for such a long time, Leo. And it's the butter of the gods.
Butter of the gods, you guys talk about it so much. I'm really, really looking forward to trying this.
Very good. As you can see, we have 3 steaks. Obviously, it's an experiment. I just want your honest opinion. We're gonna go this direction today. All right, dig in. Let me know. You ready for it?
Oh my God.
Oh yes, Lord have mercy. You ready?
Ooh, I'm so ready right now.
All right, enough. Let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
That's tasty.
My God.
Control?
That is the control.
Control is always good.
Salt, pepper, garlic powder, charcoal, fire. That's all you need, everybody.
The tenderness of this steak is next level, man. This has to be some kind of higher cut. There's no way that this is choice.
It's prime.
Wow, really juicy, very beefy. I love the char on the outside. It's a classic Guga steak right here.
Perfect steak. I absolutely agree. Let's try this now. Are you ready? I want to know your opinion. Dig in. Dig in.
Do it.
All right, go for it.
Oh no.
What happened?
It rubbed on the top of the other steak. Oh no.
Oh
I'm
no, you rubbed a little bit
Oh,
extra.
no.
Oh no.
Oh, it just dropped.
All right, let's give this a go and let you know. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Woo!
Oh.
They don't call it the butter of the gods for nothing.
That has to be the creamiest steak I've ever tried. That is insane how good that tastes.
I gotta say, everybody, I don't think I've ever made anything that is better than the butter of the gods because it is not only creamy, it has egg yolks there besides bone marrow as well.
Okay.
So that's where that savoriness, the umami is coming from. It's difficult to describe if you never had it. It's just perfect. Exactly. Very good. Now I'm excited for the last one. Let's go for it. Let's give it a try.
Oh wait,
what
I'm
are you
on
doing?
Angel's level.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I'm so excited about this. You know the great thing about this side dish? There's a little bit of something for everybody.
Oh man, I can tell.
Yeah, grab whatever you want. So yeah, okay, there you go, Leo.
Wow.
We got pickled onions. We got a little bit of potatoes in there. We got some smoked sausage that I made previously. Let's give it a try to the side dish. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh man.
That reminds me of Brazil when you're in the bar drinking a little bit of beer and then you just. That's what that's for, everybody. Huh? What is that?
That had to have been the most perfect bite of a side dish. Like so much texture, flavor. My God, that was an incredible experience. This is an awesome dish.
Delicious, highly recommend. But enough with the side dish. Let's give this a go, yeah?
Yes.
I'm excited. Okay, dig in.
And don't let it dip into the butter of the gods, because this time, you know, it's a whole different steak.
That's
and all
right.
that.
For a
Let's
second there, I really wanted to go, oh no, but I'm gonna try and keep it separate.
Let's give it a try because I'm excited. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
I'm shook right now.
It's different than this one and this one here. I don't think the difference is like, but it's a nice, slightly mature difference.
I actually think I might prefer this steak.
Really? Over the butter of the gods?
I almost think that the crust is a little bit more pronounced on this one, and also I think that richness is a little bit more amplified. I can kind of taste it a little bit more than the previous one. It's not as creamy, but it's still really rich, really good.
I disagree with Leo.
I 100% disagree as well.
This one has a flavor that pops out that's different, but this one has more flavors.
I'm gonna give you one more chance.
Okay, yeah,
To
I
take
was
back
gonna
and say that my butter of the
Okay,
god's
okay.
amazing.
I was gonna say, as soon as I was thinking about the description, and I was like, wait, there's no creaminess. I was like, but I missed that creaminess.
Good.
I take it back. I take it back.
Yes,
the
thank you,
Bone Marrow-
Leo.
The butter of the god's still better.
I'm just joking. You like what you like.
Guys, I suffer from short-term memory loss. That's why I forgot what the butter of the gods tasted like.
It shows, it shows.
So here's the deal. This one right here, I actually deep fried the whole steak in bone marrow.
Fried it in bone marrow?
Yeah. You
Sounds
gotta
good.
watch the video. The bone marrow deep fried confit, whatever you want to call it, is delicious. A lot of work. I'm not quite sure if it's worth it because making the butter of the god is better. However, Leo liked this one better.
I'm really bad at remembering. That's my issue right now.
Let me know in the comments down below if you would make this bone marrow deep fried steak, if it's worth it for you, if you even think about, oh, this is totally a waste. I would love to know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always on the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.